First ever City Center 505. We hope you're having a great time. We're delighted with the crowd tonight. We do have a short program, and go ahead and kick that off. It is my pleasure to introduce the interim president of Operation New Birmingham, Fran Gottschalk.
Does this beat 7:30 a.m. in the morning or what?
Yeah.
We absolutely welcome you to, as Robert Emmerich said, our first ever 505 event. And we are going to do some alternating programs. So we'll continue with our breakfast briefings beginning in April, and in May you'll see another cool venue, and we'll just do alternating months. So again, we welcome you, and we certainly thank Good People Brewery for opening their doors to us and hosting us here tonight. I want to recognize our chairman, Robert Aylen. Would you raise your hand? Robert, we're delighted for the direction and leadership that you've shown, and if our board members would raise your hand. I saw Bill Horton, I saw a number of other board members here. Board members of OMB, please raise your hand. I see a lot of them here, thank you. And we are delighted to have Councilor Jonathan Austin, who's got, of course, one of the best districts of our city of Birmingham. Jonathan, would you come say a few words to us about District 5?
Thank you, Fran, for that wonderful introduction. Only thing there's just one correction I have to your introduction. This is not one of the best districts. This is the best district in the city of Birmingham. So give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you all so much for having me. My name is Jonathan Austin. I do represent the best district, District 5 in the city of Birmingham. We have a lot of things going on. Everything is moving forward, and there's so many exciting things happening here in the city of Birmingham. District 5 is the heart of the city, and without the heart, the rest of the city would die. So we have to continue to invest into the infrastructure, and that is bringing more businesses and developing our community here in the heart of Birmingham. And thank you so much to OMB for all the work that you all are doing to make this the best district in the city. I also want to thank the owners of Good People. I tell you, this is a wonderful business. What a wonderful venue to have here in the city of Birmingham. And it's our own, very own, homebrewed or homegrown and homebrewed Good People Brewery. And so I'm really excited to just have them here. We have so many things going on. Railroad Park is here. We are, as you all are aware of, we are going to build a baseball park here in the city of Birmingham and bring the Barons back to Birmingham. So there will be a wonderful, wonderful enhancement to this neighborhood. But thank you all so much for coming out. And Fran, one more thing I'll say before I leave is that the 7:30 breakfasts are fun and they're good and we can eat, but I really like the 505, so I hope we keep this going and keep me on the list. Thank you.
Jonathan is a passionate supporter of this area, and we appreciate all he does for us. We also appreciate the fact that we've got two sponsors tonight, and we want to give them a moment to come up and tell you a little bit about what they do. And of course, the first one that we have to recognize, Mike Sellers, come on down. And but for Mike opening up his fabulous brewery to us, we thought this was a great first venue, and we want him to tell you a little bit about it. And of course, this is not open to the public, so you're really getting the behind-the-scenes look at the great brews that you're drinking tonight.
Thanks everybody for coming out. We appreciate it. We started this venture about 3 years ago as home brewers, with two guys kicking around the idea of kind of living your dream a little bit. And as things progressed, we were able to again acquire some of this equipment, and it's just been great. One of the objectives we started out with this was to be something that Birmingham could be proud of, something that you could take throughout the country and people would recognize our products and our brands. And that's something we really focus on, is bringing our imprint on Birmingham, making something that people can be proud of. That being said, it's a little bit self-serving, but really it's kind of lifted Birmingham up a little bit. But Beer Advocate, which is a magazine that's only about beer, rated the top 100 beers in the South, and Good People was first, 3, 4, 7, and 10. So Birmingham. So now when you go to Atlanta or Nashville or whatever, you can take pride in the fact that your beer was voted better than their beer was. So anyway, thanks again for coming out. You know, the support we've had from the packaging, the cans have been incredible. It's the first time that canned beer has ever been produced in Alabama. So that's another first for Birmingham. So yeah, we're just hanging in there and trying to work through all of it. But anyway, thanks everybody for your support. We're so proud to have everybody out tonight. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And our other sponsor for the evening is Bright House, and Dan Reynolds, would you come up for a second and give us a word on Bright House? Okay, no, I'm sorry. You snuck up behind me.
Hey, thanks so much. We appreciate the opportunity to sponsor Bright House Networks. A lot of people who live in the suburbs don't know much about us, but we are the 6th largest cable company in the nation. We have millions of customers. We provide, of course, the traditional video services, but we also provide internet and telephone services as well. And one of my favorite things to tell people, and if you were at another function at lunch today, I'm sorry you have to hear this again, but we don't sponsor Dancing with the Stars, and we don't sponsor American Idol. But we do have the #1 rated phone service in the South. And that's according to jdpower.com, who does a survey of all customers about satisfaction with their telephone service for service and quality and price. And we have won that award for the past 5 consecutive years, beating everybody, including AT&T. So I work for the business side of Bright House Networks, and I sell to businesses, and I have a team. We want to help your company with your video and especially your telephone and your internet needs. And we have scalable solutions, whether you're UAB, who's one of our customers, the city of Birmingham, or whether you're a small mom and pop who's running a 2-man shop on the corner somewhere. We can help you. We'd love to. We have a table right over here with some representatives and cards, and I invite you to stop by and say hi. Thank you, Fran.
As I look around, I see a number of new faces in the crowd, and we're delighted to have a broad spectrum of folks here tonight. And so some of you may not be familiar with ONB or what's going on in the city center. We thought we would try to provide a very quick overview for you, and so when you come back the next time, you'll be familiar with ONB, and we want to tell you about the great things that are happening in your city center. ONB is a public-private sector partnership, and we're delighted with the private sector involvement and the city's involvement. And of course, our goal is to make the city center the #1 choice for business, living, the arts, healthcare, and entertainment. Our boundaries, as you see on there, on the north side is the BJCC, on the south, 5 Points South. On the east side is 280, and on the west side is I-65. We're delighted to have 4 neighborhoods represented, and I see a number of those presidents here. When I call your name, please raise your hand, and we'll shout out that we're so proud of your neighborhood and your area. We've got, well, let me get myself together here. We've got Central City, and I see Patty Pilkerton is here. 5 Points South, Miss Doris Powell. Excuse me, I'm sorry, 5 Points South is James Little. Fountain Heights is Doris Powell. And Irene Johnson on South Side. I'll let you read what ONB is, but the bottom line is that ONB is the advocate for downtown working, living, and playing. We have 4 key roles, including urban planning, market data clearinghouse, financial incentives, and promotion of the city center. And we are broad-based in the services that we provide. Basically, from the time you walk in the door, our partners with the city, ONB is the conduit to completion of your project. We're that liaison with the city, with many agencies and departments, whether it's zoning, whether it's streets, Whether it's financial incentives, groundbreaking, regardless of what the need is, we're there to help you bring your project from beginning through to fruition. And we are the only organization to focus like a laser on the city center. Some of the projects include Railroad Square, and I'm very proud. Derek Walchak is here. Derek, if you'll raise your hand, and we want to say welcome to the city center because Derek is moving his operations in from Vestavia to the city center, and as he said, if I get this messed up, Derek, I know you'll tell me, but for the Railroad Park opening, he is going to be the first project that will open its doors as a direct result of the Railroad Park being down here, bringing 14 new jobs. We're retaining 14 other jobs. It's a mixed-use development. You'll see residential and some exciting ground floor tenants, and what we say is welcome to the city center. And Railroad Park is indeed the catalyst. It's a magnet right now for the live, work, and play. And Camille, I think I saw Camille Spratling as well, and she's the executive director at the Railroad Park. I'm just going to run through these very quickly. Most of you know that Pizitz is on go, and we help them with a city stimulus loan. Jeremy Wood, another one on the 2nd Avenue North Corridor, a mixed-use development. Wade Smith also on that 2nd Avenue North Corridor, mixed use. Important for us to note that we have been instrumental, and I'll give Mike Calvert credit on this. He has been a pit bull in making sure that developers and working through the city and GSA follow. There's a presidential executive order that requires that federal agencies give first consideration to locate